Most of us grew up hearing that alchemists in the real world try to turn lead into gold. Back then it sounded like magic, but today it sounds like madness. But maybe, just maybe, they were onto something. Not with metals and elements, but with life itself. Good morning, everyone. If there's one thing that I've come to believe, it's this. Mistakes are not the end of the story. They're the beginning of becoming. Because not every wrong turn is wrong, and sometimes they're just hidden chapters in a bigger, better map. Mistakes like lead are heavy and dense, but what if they were never meant to be thrown away? What if they were meant to be transformed? Alchemy wasn't just the ancient attempt to turn lead into gold. It was a deeply symbolic, philosophical, and spiritual tradition practiced in Egypt, Islamic Golden Age, and medieval Europe. To alchemists, every element had a soul. Every substance, even the heaviest, darkest ones, was on a path of evolution. And lead, it wasn't seen as worthless, quite the opposite. Lead was considered sacred not because of what it was, but because of what it could become. To alchemists, lead wasn't rejected, it was respected. And alchemists didn't try to erase it, they believed in it. They believed in its promise and its possibility. They believed in the fact that lead was the closest to gold in terms of elemental structure, just needing the right refinement and heat to transform. What's fascinating is that despite these mystical overtones, alchemy helped lay the foundation for modern chemistry through real and tangible discoveries, most of them by accident. For instance, Chinese alchemists in 9th century, in their quest for mortality, mixed sulfur, saltpeter, and charcoal, and instead discovered gunpowder. Well, not quite the elixir of life expected, but fair enough. And in 1669, Henrik Böttger, who, while he was burning down urine to find the philosopher's stone, instead discovered phosphorus. Yes, phosphorus, the first element isolated and identified in modern chemistry. And finally, in 1708, Johann Friedrich Böttger, who was originally imprisoned for falsely claiming that he could make gold, instead co-discovered how to make porcelain in Europe, which was previously only available in China. These examples don't show how alchemy wasn't just symbolic, but it was experimental. And isn't this how we should see our mistakes, not as errors, but as early forms? Unfinished truths, but full of hidden brilliance. The famous quest to turn lead into gold wasn't just a part of alchemy. In truth, gold wasn't just a metal. It was a metaphor that symbolized enlightenment, fulfillment. So maybe the point was to never avoid the lead. Maybe the point was to learn how to refine it, to stay in the fire long enough for what no longer serves us to burn away, and to be cracked open to let that light in, and to stop trying to be flawless and start trying to be whole. Because life gives us plenty of lead, failed exams, missed chances, broken relationships, and people who walked away, and moments we wish we could rewrite. Basically, every plot twist in a teenager's life, and most probably half the plot twist of every Hallmark movie. And yet, from those same moments, we don't just survive, but we grow stronger. And that's not chemistry in a textbook, that's alchemy in real life. Here's the thing. We live in a world that's obsessed with success. Every post, every headline highlights the win. Well, it's fair enough, right? You would obviously post your graduation, then posting the amount of times you've struggled an exam or struggled a module to complete in your life. But in truth, success is a very curated thing in our lives. What we don't see is the process. We don't see the messy, uncertain, mistake-filled process. We don't see the rejected manuscripts that became best-selling books. We don't see the 19 job rejections before that one yes. And we definitely don't see the people who were once told that they're not good enough, but chose to believe differently. We call those things failures, but often they're just lessons in disguise. And what we do with them is what matters. Here in chemistry, even a failed reaction teaches you something. You don't throw the entire lab away just because one experiment didn't work out. Well, imagine if it did. Schools will have to rebuild every lab every month or so. Well, that's a different story, but what my main point is that you have to learn from what didn't work to understand what might. because sometimes the accident becomes the answer. Life isn't so different. Well, why are we so afraid to mess up? Because mistakes aren't proof that we're broken. Mistakes are proof that we're alive and that we're trying. Because they show that we're in motion, because growth doesn't always come from getting it right. It comes from getting it wrong but still showing up. Think about it. Some of the most successful people that we admire didn't avoid failure. Instead, they walked straight to it. And sometimes getting lost is just exactly how you find a better path. Well, this might sound a bit controversial when it comes to our parents, because they'll definitely don't want us getting lost, but it'll make sense as you grow up. It's just a rerouting, a recalibration, and a redirection towards something better. And that's what I've learned, and maybe what Alchemist knew along. And we all carry it. Some of us carry lead in the form of a dream that didn't work out. You guys might carry lead in the form of regret or the weight of being misunderstood. Lead isn't glamorous, but what about gold? Don't forget it. That's what we create through determination and perspective. Gold isn't handed to us. We extract it by asking hard questions, by showing up again, and by refusing to let our lowest moments define us. In a way, we're all modern alchemists, not in our labs, but in our lives, turning regret into wisdom, pain into empathy, and setbacks into second chances. The truth is, transformation does take pressure, just like in nature. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and even stars have to collapse before they shine. So the next time life offers you something disappointing, a loss, a delay, a door that closes, don't rush in to take it. Don't rush in to throw it away. Instead, take it to your inner lab, examine it and sit with it, and ask, what is this trying to teach me? What might this make possible? Because what seems like failure today might just become the foundation of something illustrious tomorrow. Because you realize we often talk about resilience like it's something you either have or you don't. But in truth, it's built one mistake at a time. Each time you fall and you get back up, you prove to yourself that you are strong. Each time something does not go as planned, you adapt and you grow stronger, and eventually the fear of getting it wrong stops controlling you. So, when you grow up, you tend to realize that you are not defined by your mistakes. Rather, you are refined by it. So if you ever feel as if your life is turning the heat up, congratulations, because you are in the refining stage. I've been there, and I know it's uncomfortable, but that's where the spark begins. You don't have to be perfect, but just be willing, just be willing to keep growing, to keep transforming, and to keep learning. And that's what I think alchemy of mistakes mean in my life. Because every wrong turn is not wrong, and sometimes some wrong turns just know a better way to get you home. So finally, if you ever feel lost in your life, just say yourself that you are in a seismic alchemical detour. Thank you.